Good morning, everyone. So, uh, I asked someone that I've seen for the first time commenting in this group I've seen for the first time. I said, "Well, okay, well, so who are you anyway?" And maybe in the way that I said that, since English is my second language, someone could, kind of look at that as because, sure enough, Peter comes back and says, "Well, who are you anyway?" Again, so, well, I didn't mean it like that. How did you mean it? Okay, you see? Yeah. So don't tell me I don't know when you're insinuating something. Anyway, so right there, proof is in the pudding. I don't know why people think that they can get away with saying something, then retract it, and oh well, what makes you think I meant it like that? Da, 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 da. Okay, did I just do that? Well, no, I didn't. Well, anyway, but he did. Anywho, I'm just noticing things like that. It's like, as I said, be honest. Be honest about things because, in a way, unless you're talking to really dumb people, I'm not going to apologize for calling anybody dumb if they're acting dumb, dumber, and dumberer. So, what do you want me to do? Praise them for being ignorant? All right. Anywho, so there is that. We have here a bunch of cranes. People say, well, no, they're blue herons. No, they're not. They're not blue herons. There are plenty of great blue herons here, but no, they're sandhill cranes, and come from, actually it's a different family. This is not a bird family. Anyway, so it's. I guess you got to know a little bit about birds in order to be able to identify them. They're everywhere here. They're also on our land. Right? On our land, and it's just beautiful to see. There's a ton of them here. They love this creek down here, and while my grandson and I went walking down there, we found this really weird poop. I'm looking at them. There's crab legs and stuff in there. I said, "Hey, come out, have a look here." And so we kind of dissected the poop just because it was interesting. Oh, is that poop? Or that could be vomit too. Well, a neighbor. I got talking to a neighbor. I said, "Man, there's some weird poop down there." And, I said, "Do you know what that is?" She says, "Yeah, they're from the cranes." And I'm going, "Oh, really?" And he says, "Yeah, they're notorious for marking their territory with their poop." And he says, "I've been working down there, and that's kind of their fishing ground or whatever down there too. So they're letting me know." I said, "Well, wow." And again, the interesting thing about it is this neighbor knew what that was. This neighbor even knew why that poop was right there in the walkway. And it's wonderful to have people, come across people like that, have neighbors like that, where you kind of have this little give and take. And I just learned something. And my grandson did too. Yes? Okay. Anyway, I watched these cranes, and of course, though they're much more beautiful cranes that are associated with your parents, this not, which again, people associate people with animals. I'm not sure why. It's completely different genre anyway. But anyway, it's nice to see that many of these birds here. Yeah, it's just little affirmations from Spirit World, right? Oh, so not just little affirmations from Spirit World. Spirit World tries every which way to work with the people on Earth, even with our superstitious beliefs and all that. Anywho, so who am I? Anyway. When I look back, even as a child, I've been given this amazing care for God, love for God. Which the best way I can kind of explain that I couldn't watch it. I could watch, okay. hardly ever through a whole movie on Easter when they had them Jesus movies out. And it just devastated my heart every time as a child. And yet I had to keep watching it. It was like this just mesmerizing. What did these people do to this man? And what did he give before that? That was so terrible for the people then to put him on the cross. That was, as a child, I tried to process that story. I tried to understand that story, and I couldn't understand it. And it came out in floods of tears every time, even as a child. So, who am I? I am definitely a human being with great love for God. And I always will have that. And I believe, because I've lived my life going wherever I would be, I try to leave things better. I try to always give my absolute best in everything. And I've succeeded everywhere. It didn't matter where I was at. I always succeeded. I had an amazing life so far, and it's still amazing. So who am I? Just as True Father worked his way up from a cardboard hut to a palace in his own land in Korea, South Korea, I did the same. My True Father didn't do all that by himself. Neither did I. We both, in a way, created amazing places on this earth where we definitely had the lead strings in our hands. Okay. But if we don't teach others to lead and to continue, right, yes, kind of in our footsteps, then things are going to change in those places. So what you going to do about it? Yip, yap from afar. Others have the exact same rights as True Father and I have on that building. Building up on a successful life. So to ask another person that you've never heard from before, well, who are you anyway? What's wrong with that? There's definitely something wrong, though, when another person comes back at you and says, even though there is plenty of information out there about me now in this group, you don't even have to go nowhere. It's right there. To say, who are you anyway? That's wrong. That's not right. So in a way, again, Spirit World's giving me this example between two parties, and yeah, well, it shouldn't be that difficult to figure out who's in the better mindset, who has the better mindset, and who actually cares. So who am I? I am someone who's very, very proud of the accomplishments in her life. Someone that has given joy to God in many, many different areas. And suffered along in other areas as well. But it was necessary. In a way, I've never felt that anything in my life was ever a waste. Or that, well, if I would have done something different, this, that, right? Because, again, it's already water under the bridge. What you going to do? Huh? do better the next time. So every one of us should be busy with our life successes and continue to build upon them and make sure we teach the people around us, or at least give an example where they can be taught from, right? For them then to be more secure in their life. I don't know, is there security in a physical existence? I'm not sure. No, I know there isn't. You're all gonna die, including me, right? Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be in a week or a month or 20 years. 50 years. Some were just born 100 years. Ooh, right? Yes, we don't know. We don't know that. So I'm going to leave you with a question. This is a short one. I just thought, okay, yeah. Well, anyway, I'm not going to go there. Then this will become again a 30-minute video. I'm going to leave you with this. Are you ready? If today or tomorrow, somehow, you're going to enter spirit world. Are you ready? Are you, can you say, oh, I'm good? It doesn't matter what age you are at, even as a child. If you live a purposeful life as a child, that can be difficult. Right? Some children live in horrible conditions, just terrible. And yet, right, of course, a child is still so innocent in so many ways and areas, doesn't have life experiences and all that, that it won't matter for the child. Right? It is always going to go to an amazing place to continue growth there, spiritual growth. Well, anyway, but if you are an adult already, you've had some life experience, you're getting older, say past 50, okay, it could be 40. Are you ready? Can you go? Can you? Well, what about me? Yes. Yes. I remember there was a time in my life where when one would think about death, you had this momentary fear. It's momentary. It's never anything that lasts with me, but where you're just going to, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Even as a child, I had that. It's like, oh. But is that what is important right now? It's not, is it? Is it? Yeah. But for a lot of people, it is, right? Yes? Yeah. In many different ways. I could name them all, but why? Everybody knows what that is. So one has to be ready. You have to be ready. You have to be ready, fearless. Right? Yeah. Oh, to give your life, like shooting at each other? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Again, it's amazing to me on how people can just, oh, okay, well, I've just been given, just twist things around, turn things around, decide, oh, well, this is how it's meant. No, this is how you think it is meant. Because that fits your circumstances in your life, your excuses in your life, your shame in your life, your embarrassments in your life you're not willing to face and attend to restore. Yeah? Okay. So if you can say 100%, yeah, I'm doing every day the best that I can. I'm doing every day exactly what I need to do as a human being. In every area, every aspect of life. On what is around me, what is within me. So yeah, I could go within 5 minutes. and it would be fine. Yes? Oh, okay. This is just a short ending, and I don't know why she came to my mind, but she did. So I'll give her the couple of minutes spotlight here. I went and sat. I was called in to sit with a lady. She was, gosh, 88 or something, way up there in her 80s. Her name was Etna, and they called and said, "Hey, can you come and sit with her? You know, nighttime." I'm going, okay. I got there. I said, "Oh, she's part of a big church community. This and that, and they've been here all day long. This and that." Okay, so the first thing that went through my mind. So what? They huge church community, and they couldn't organize a couple, 3 or 4 people that would come and sit with her. I mean, she's actively dying. Actively dying means anytime. Okay. So so daytime, but nighttime, where they are mostly, that's when they become active, the actively dying, okay? So they couldn't figure out some way to have a little schedule where people come in and sit with her for a couple hours all night, all through the night? No, that was impossible. Well, what about her family? I don't know. Did you have any? Okay, I only got so much information every time, and that was it. But that was the first thing that went through my mind. Really? Okay, well, great church community. So that went through my mind. Ooh, yeah, still hurts, but much better. Besides, I already told Spirit World, hey, if I need some extra pain, you go find it somewhere. I'll be happy to give it. Okay? All right, for those 2 children. Anywho, and, oh, by the way, I said, oh my gosh, I saw that. Is there enough pain so that I can divide it by the 2? And Spirit World comes right back and says, you're going through enough for 100 of them. So you're good. Yeah. Weird one for you guys again. Okay, well, you're not me. Have that give and take with Spirit World. And start experiencing all the miracles that are actually every day around us. Okay? Well, okay. I can't force you to do that. All I can do is just, why don't you give it a try? Pay a little bit more attention to what's going on around you. Okay. So here is Edna. I'm going, introducing her. She's not responding anymore to that, but she's really, really calm. So, of course, again, what do I do first? Give her the blessing. How do you do that? Well, it's not a secret, but I'm not going to get into all the details here. And prayed and sang for a while, this and that, and it went towards midnight, and the nurses came in, and they did a lot of the washing, this and that, of the patients at night. Right? No visitors, this and that. So I said, we're going to go, okay. So I went outside. I went outside, and I sat on a bench there, and there was a guy came from the back of the hospice, which every room has its own little patio, this and that, and you could go from there to the parking lot. I watched him go to his car, rummage around a little bit, and then close up, and there's the bunny again. Every day I see that bunny down there. And he starts walking back towards the back, and then he stops, and at this point, he's never even looked at me, okay? He doesn't even know that I'm sitting here, right, on this bench. I've just been watching him. He starts walking back, he stops, dead in his tracks, looks up, sees me, and starts walking towards me. I'm going, oh, okay. He comes and sits down. He starts telling me about his wife, who's been actively just about dying for 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks. And he was exhausted, so tired. And he was at the point where he just wanted her to just be able to go. Anywho, we talked for a while. Then he said, I hope you don't mind. He says, I just felt like I needed to come and talk to you. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, just a volunteer here. And I'm happy to listen to you. He went back to his room, and I went back in, and I sat with Edna. Oh, before he left, he said, hey, would you, after I told him I was a volunteer, he said, hey, would you come to the room and sit with us for a while too? I said, sure, yeah, I could do that. And the room ended up being right next to Edna's. So I went back into Edna, and she was just calm. And I said, so, I know now why I'm here. You called me, didn't you? Edna was, from what the nurses told me, amazing woman. Been an amazing woman all her life, and lived a life of service to others. Yeah, so why did she end up all by herself that night? She ended up passing away the next day, by the way, just in case I forget to say. And, yeah, so what, did she call me there? Not for herself. Amazing, don't you think? All right, I'm not going to get further into. I did end up going over to the other room, and some amazing things happened there. And his wife was able to pass away the next day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Just, Edna didn't need me there. Okay. Okay, what did I say about giving her the blessing as well, right? Yes? Okay. There's a give and take again that happened there. An amazing give and take. Somehow I was called, right? There. Though Edna didn't need me, really, when it came down to it. She was fine. She was ready to go. She was absolutely ready to go. But she was right next door to someone who was really, really struggling. Yeah? And who gets called in. Yes. Yeah. You guys follow any of what I just said? Can you follow what I said? Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what I wanted to share. That is who I am. Anyway. God's love and blessings always. I will talk to you all another time.